Games reach far back into history. Before digital games, there were card games, chance, athletics, board games, and before recorded history, there were dice. We have dice that are older than writing. They used to be made out of knuckles or pieces of stone and were used for a variety of purposes. Some of those purposes were for entertainment, but there was also interaction with religion, casting stones, casting dice for mysticism purposes. And we don't know the original reason why dice came about, but it's clear that we've had them around for an extremely long time, which just kind of goes to show and kind of goes to the nature of humanity and its need to play and its need to have fun. The earliest recorded games that we do have are the Royal Game of Ur, or Mancala. These are old Egyptian games, also the game of Senet. These all happened around 3000 BCE. Some of the other oldest games are Go, which was recorded around 2000 BCE, Dogs and Jackals, Backgammon, Tabula, and we have games coming out of Persia like chess, and we have games like chess coming out of Persia and India. Around 600 to 800 CE. Later on in the 1200 to 1400 CE era, we have a large collection of card games that start to come into production based off of cards went down in price and became more available to everyone. You'll see games like tarot and early forms of gambling and with card games coming around in the 1400s. Poker did come later around the 1830s, where it was first mentioned in print. But then in the early 1900s, we also have the Landlord's Game, which you all might be familiar with. It's one of the games that has standed the test of time so far. That game's now called Monopoly. So that's actually a really, really old game, which is kind of fun to think about. And then coming into the modern era of the 70s and 80s, we have Dungeons and Dragons, and we have just a large array of new board games, and we just have a large array of new board games, which were popular around the 80s and kind of died off around the 90s, but a resurgence of popularity lately. Board games and board game stores have started coming back into the swing of things.